I'm Demar Randy, and this is an episode of Small Talk with Lila Hart.
Compton College. Small talk. We're here. I'm so excited to have you on the show.
Ta-da!
Demar Randy has been on Secret Black People Meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the High Tonight Show.
Yeah, I like supporting projects, man.
It was great. And now you're on Small Talk.
Thank you for having me on Small
Thank you
Talk.
for coming. I'm so happy to have you here. And you have your pick me up, and I have my pick me up.
Right, we're doing our thing. We're getting on our levels so we can have a good conversation, right?
Absolutely. I love your new sweatshirt.
Oh, thank you. This is the new colorway for Compton College. We're going with the military green. So I'm debuting it for the first time here on the Small Talk.
I love it. It's awesome. So how long have you been running Compton College?
For about 6 years.
Wow. I remember when I first got on the comedy scene and everybody has a Compton College shirt. I need to order one from you. I don't have one yet.
Oh, okay. Well, how about this? Since you got props,
Mm-hmm.
I got props.
Cool.
I'll let you do your prop first, and then I'll do mine.
Okay, sweet.
That's a tease, folks.
Yes. Okay, so you've been running your own business for about 6 years. So
Yeah.
well, there's one specific thing. I remember the time that you actually gave Dave Chappelle a Compton College
I
shirt.
did
I was
give
there.
this- Oh, you were there?
I was there.
That's so tight. Because I can tell the story, but if there's no witnesses, who
Well,
knows?
tell the story. You could tell the story.
But, okay, so, you know, like when you're like running a business, you gotta be like proactive, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be like ahead of the game sometimes, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so I noticed that Dave comes in with the same driver all the time, right?
Mhm.
So I was like, I was walking up and I saw his driver in the front, and I ran back to my car, right? I was like, I'm gonna run into Dave in the store somewhere. I just don't know where, but I'm gonna have the shirt on me already because it'll make the pitch easier,
Yes.
right? So I go, all right, I run back to the car. I see Dave's driver. I run back to the car, and in my head, I'm like, maybe he's about a large. You know? Maybe he's about a large, right? So I'm like, I take the guess on that, right? So I throw the large over my shoulder and I run back in the store. And, you know, I move through the comedy store the same way I always do. And I'm sitting in the belly room watching, I don't know what was going on there, right? And Dave walks past me, right? And he goes, hey man, nice shirt, right?
I know. I was there.
Right? He goes, hey man, nice shirt, right? And I was like, oh cool. I'm like, hey man, you want one? Right? And he goes, hell yeah. And I was like, here. That's how it went. Straight up like that. It was so fucking perfect. He was like, hey man, nice shirt. I like that. I was like, you want one? Here you go. And he's like, yeah, this will fit. Boom, that fast. That's how it happened. The Dave Chappelle thing. And I wasn't gonna post it online, but I just thought it was cool for everybody else who has a Compton College shirt to know that Dave thinks it's cool too.
Right. If it's good enough for you, Dave, it's good enough for you.
Right. That's what I was like, all right. Normally I don't post stuff like that, you know, but I was like, well, maybe it'll give everybody else confidence, you know.
No, that was awesome. That was really, really cool. And I remember how excited you were. And that's one of those things where you like definitely have to post. I love what you just said.
Yeah, because for me, it's an idea, you know?
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's an idea.
How'd you come up with Compton College?
It was an idea where it was like, I need something that represented me.
Mm-hmm.
I need something that represented how I think and like the best way to sum me up. And Compton College is perfect, you know? It's like, all right, cool, there's a little hood, there's a lot of smarts, you know what I'm saying? You got a little bit of both, you know? That's me. But I couldn't find nothing that represented me on this shirt, so I had to make it, you know what I'm saying? If you have an idea and you can't find it, then it's your job to make it, you know?
Absolutely.
You can't, like for me, Compton College is like, it represents so many other people, you know? Because I made it to represent me. But what I forgot was how many people were going to connect to it, you know, which is totally different. So, you know, doing fashion, because I went to the high school I went to, it was like a very smart school, so they had a fashion business, electronics, and follow my mom around in the mall on the weekends. You know, did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
I used to follow my mom around on the weekends, and like I was just around the racks all day, you know. When I got too old, I got tired of following her, so I would just like stay in the men's section until she was done. So I'd be in the men's section for like hours sometime, you know what I'm saying? And I'd just be looking at I looked at everything in the men's section, and then like, you know, she would always like, oh, you can get one thing, right? That was just like her way, like, you know, she'd have like bags of shit, you know. You can get one thing, so I'd be looking around, and she would never let me get the thing I wanted. Yeah. She would never let me get the thing I wanted, you know what I'm saying? So I always had to get like, I always had to find what was cool on the clearance section, you know? So I always like look through this clearance section, like try to find something cool. So I guess I just like kind of didn't really realize like I was just honing my gift for like finding cool shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just looking through the clearance section. Plus, I grew up broke, you know, everybody used to shit on me all the time. You know what I'm saying? That shit motivation when motherfuckers shit on you constantly, you know, you're like, all right, all I got is the Reeboks, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get the Jordans one day, you know what I'm saying?
You know, the first time I saw Compton College, when I was out in the scene, like my first thought of it, the reason I really liked it, because I thought it represented like, you know, being wise and street smart. That's the concept I got from my first song. Like, that is dope.
Right? And I like that idea because I can't define how people connect to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I try not to. You know, everybody finds their like own way to connect to what Compton College is for them. You know, so it's the idea is there, and it's like boom. I like the way you connect with it because that's what it is. It's like street smarts. You know, you learn everything. It's like you learn the hard way. You know, mm-hmm. I learned everything the hard way, and that's how it happens.
You know, my mom is from the Philippines, and she grew up in a very small village. She's one of 8 kids, and she's the only one to make it to the United States. And so she supports her family in the Philippines, you know, through running her own businesses that she did when she moved out here. Uh-huh. So, you know, I really connect with you when you talk about, like, you know, growing up poor really, like, motivates you to work really hard. I always never understood, like, why my mom was so obsessed with houses. Mm-hmm. She always wanted a nice big house. Every house we got was bigger and nicer than the last one. Yeah. And when I went to the Philippines recently, my mom took me to the house where she was raised. What are you doing?
I'm going to that house where I'm born before. It's my childhood house. Yeah. Look. Who's that?
What? Oh my gosh.
Who's that?
This is amazing. Hi. We're gonna eat here.
Oh my God.
We're gonna eat. In the village of the Philippines, and you know, it's crazy to think that now her life, she lives in a beautiful home, and that's through really believing in your dreams and putting in the work despite what anybody says, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to you.
Right, exactly. Like okay, we all get like different circumstances, mm-hmm. but at one point it's like it's up to you to go, all right, yo, this is not gonna continue to be my circumstance. Right?
And that's what I really love about the Compton College, because when I saw it, I was like, this represents like being street smart, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like, it's not about going, like, yes, being book smart is one thing, but like understanding how to talk to people and how to get out of situations, like that's a skill in itself. So.
Oh yeah, well I own that too. Getting out of situations, but you know, okay, you were talking about so. You can live like your mom lives like a rapper now, you know what I'm saying? Right?
Pretty much.
Right? She's like that's like you come from the streets, you know what I'm saying? You're like, I'm gonna get me a dope ass house, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's a bad idea or somebody says use investment. I wanted a house my whole life. I wanted that fucking baller ass house my whole life. Fuck what y'all talking about. I'll make better investment choices on other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Get what you want. Have those things that you want. Have the things you want in life that are important to you. Get those things, and then it'll help you like readjust your whole everything. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. And I think that my drive really does come from my mom. I have a story I was going to tell you because I think you'll really appreciate this. So when I was 20 years old, I decided I was going to move to California for the summer. I was a junior at Washington State University, so it was like this. My senior year, before I finished, I'm going to go to California and I'm going to live there for 3 months. Like, that was my dream. That was my goal. I packed everything in my car to my parents, like, I'm leaving. I found a place on Craigslist, and it was like $500 a month. I didn't know nothing about Los Angeles. Get in my car, drive 19 hours, okay? Get to the place I'm supposed to stay. And the thing is, like, when I pulled into, like, the neighborhood, it reminded me of Boys in the Hood. And I was like, what is going on? So I go to the bank, you know, to get my money out to pay for this place I'm supposed to live. And I asked the lady, I'm like, where am I? And she's like, you're in LA. I was like, I know, but like, where am I? And she's like, honey, you're in South Central. And I was like, I don't know a lot about California, but I heard South Central and a lot of rap songs, and I don't know if my little ass should be here. Okay? So I'm in South Central LA. First of all, I'm like talking like it is the hood, okay? And in the middle of the hood, there's this mansion in the middle of the hood, and the people that were working there like kind of looked like they were like had just gone out of jail or something, and random people working on this mansion that's in the middle of the hood. It didn't make no sense. And this young, like, hot, sexy, like, Filipino woman comes out, and she's like, oh, hi, like, nice to meet you. I'm here to show you, like, one of the houses I'm supposed to live in. And then this, like, black guy comes out with her, and she's like, oh, this is my boss. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? So then she takes me to these twin townhouses, right? One was for the boys and one was for the girls. The room I was renting, I didn't realize this, was a bunk bed. So there were going to be 3 people per room. She's like, there's no alcohol, and, you know, people have to be home. I was like, by midnight. I was like, what is going on? So then she leaves, and I meet this guy who's from the boys' house, and he was like, oh, yeah, 2 weeks ago the SWAT team was here, I guess because somebody had murdered somebody in that house, and they were looking for somebody. Anyways, I'd only been in LA for, like, 32 hours at this point. I'm like, shit. I made a mistake. I made a motherfucking mistake.
How much was your rent?
Well,
over there.
So
back home.
Back home, so I had an apartment. My own apartment in Pullman, Washington was only $600. And then I come out here, but no, there's a happy ending to the story.
Okay.
So after this, I go to Venice Beach, and I remember the parking was like $10, and I was like, this is fucking bullshit. I forgot my towel, so I'm sitting on the beach, and I'm like crying. I'm like, why did I do this to myself? I'm living in South Central LA. Like, I need to go back. So this drunk guy stumbles over to me and he's like, honey, you're gonna be okay. Like, you'll figure it out. So I go home, I go back on Craigslist, right? And I find this woman, she's renting out rooms in her mansion because her and her husband had just gotten a divorce. So I call her and I was like, hey, I need a place to stay. And she's like, honey, why don't you spend the night at my house? We'll figure out the finances later. I went from South Central LA to Calabasas. So I went from South Central to a mansion in a matter of 3 days, met this lady. She was charging me $1,100 a month. And then I got this internship with this guy from Chicago, and I was just doing a bunch of paperwork and stuff for him. So it worked out.
Right.
But I was in South Central for 3 days.
For 3 days. That's crazy.
Yes, it was pretty nuts. But it was cool to be in the mansion after that. And we grew pot in the backyard. So it was
mansion?
Yeah, in the mansion. They grew pot in the backyard.
Oh, that sounds like a dream. I dream of one day having a mansion and growing weed in the backyard of that shit.
And that's exactly what you're gonna do.
Exactly what I'm gonna do.
Yes, I know.
You know, like, I got a lot of stuff I have to do first, right? Like, I want a mansion, and I'm probably gonna buy a mansion, right? I'm gonna buy a mansion. After I get the mansion, then I'm just gonna give all my money away. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I don't need after the mansion, I'm cool. That's one of my plans in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, once I get my car, I get my nice car, and I'll be able to buy that same car every year if I want to. And I can buy that house every year if I want to, and just start giving that shit away. You know? I
know that's exactly what you're gonna do because you went to GarageMate and you brought McDonald's, and I was so happy. I was so excited. You brought cheeseburgers for everybody at GarageMate, and I was cheering about it. Like I never had a burger before.
Well, I grew up in a big family. You know what I'm saying? Like, one person has it, you know what I'm saying, then we all have something, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if my cousin got a job, you know what I'm saying, and she bring home hamburgers for everybody, you know what I'm saying? Maybe everybody don't have a job, everybody not eating, you know what I'm saying? Boom, we all winning, you know? Even at Marty's, you know what I'm saying? If somebody get access to a lot of food, we bring it to the crew, you know what I'm saying? Everybody eat, everybody take care of each other, you know what I'm saying? This is a long ass journey, like through comedy and shit. You know, you gotta be able to know what people are going through sometimes. You know?
Absolutely.
When I started comedy, I was broke as shit. I got money now. But when I started comedy, I was broke as shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to be starving all day through these mics. You know, I go through the mics, I'd be starving all day. Couldn't pay the $5 minimum. You know what I'm saying? Try to sneak around that if I could. You know, like that shit was hard. You know, so I know. And I used to watch people eat in front of me, and I'd be starving. You know what I'm saying? And try not to ask for some, you know what I'm saying? That shit's hard as fuck, you know? So I know that, so like I try not to do that to other people. And I try to say, you know, help out wherever I can, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I feel like you and my mom would get along so well. You guys have like the same mentality about things. Seriously, because she's the one who supports her family in the Philippines, you know, and like it's also, I feel like it's part of my dream to continue her legacy. And like I was just in the Philippines, and that's what I want to do. Like I want to build up the village and fix up the roads and fix up the houses, you know. And it's
don't do that. Educate the people, because if you fix all that shit up, the white people just gonna move in.
Wait, that's some truth. You gotta educate the people. Oh my god, I mean, Eric.
Compton College.
Exactly. No, that's so true.
Right?
It's good, Eric.
You're gonna make it all hella nice and then.
Well, no, that's what I mean. Like, fix up the school. Fix up the school. Fix up the road.
I'm just being funny.
But you know, there's a lot of these charities that it's like, you know, we're gonna send in dollars a month to like feed the people, but it's like it's not enough just to feed the people.
Yeah.
Like you gotta educate.
You wouldn't have to feed the people if you educated them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's better to empower the people, you know what I'm saying, than it is to make them dependent.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now they have to come to you for food every time they're hungry, you know what I'm saying? Instead of showing them how to make their own food, show them how to grow their own food, you know what I'm saying? How to be self-reliant. But people don't want to teach you how to be free. They want to teach you how to be dependent. You know what I'm saying? Come to me, I got it. Come to me, I got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, tell me how to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Tell me how to get it. Don't give me a crumb off of what you got. Tell me how to get my own piece of cake. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like for me, that's what I'm about, right? Like, sometimes I tell too much, but if you ask me, I'll tell you exactly how to do something. You know what I'm saying? Your own way. I'm gonna be like, oh man, hey, come to me, I'll do it for you, just bring me up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, go. Hella people be like, hey man, how you start a t-shirt shit? I'm like, I could easily be like, just give me your design and I'll go get it done for you and I'll drop it off and make some money off of that. But instead I'd be like, nah, go to my boy right here, you know what I'm saying? Go across the street, go pick up the shirts over there, pick out your design, make sure your design is at least, make it one color so it's easy to print, you know what I'm saying? I give niggas the whole game if you ask me, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how you empower people and make them free, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's make them their own independent companies and their own independent people, you know?
Speaking of that, do you feel like a lot of people don't even have that mindset that they can do that? Most people are kind of just used to this dependent, where they just want people to do it for them.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't even have the idea that they can just go do it for themselves.
If I watch somebody do something long enough, I'm gonna be doing that shit. I'm gonna figure it out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I wanna, and here's the thing. Sometimes you just need to know how to do shit so that you can find the experts. Mm-hmm. And you can critique the expert with a little bit of knowledge. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, some things I'm great at when I first started, some things I suck at. You know what I'm saying? When I first started, like I tried to screen print, that shit sucked. I had paint all over me, I had paint all over my face and shit. I'm like, man, I gotta get on stage in a few hours. You know what I'm saying? I can't be having all this shit all over me. I'm like, fuck it, I can't do that shit. I tried it, I spent money trying to figure that shit out, and I failed at it. But I'm like, all right, man, I gotta keep trying to become my own production company. You know what I'm saying? Because I need to cut the next person out of my business, which is the dude that was, I had to go pay to screen print my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I gotta break this fool off to go screen print my shit. You know what I'm saying? How can I cut this fool off? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, I gotta learn how to do that shit myself. And I'm like, all right, let me figure out how to do this shit. I started learning that the screen print part sucked. I'm like, let me go try to do the vinyl, which is what I like to begin with, you know? And it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard to start with, and I felt stupid, you know what I mean? Like, just like trying to learn something new, like as an adult, you're like, fuck, this is. Hold on, man, let me hit another joint and figure this shit out. What the fuck is a trace in a cup? Oh, come on, man. I'm watching these old white ladies on YouTube. First thing you want to do.
That's so funny.
First thing you want to do is make sure that you got you some coffee. I got my coffee, let's do it.
Okay, so you have a production company. You produce your own stuff? You just had a movie come out. You just had a movie come out?
Oh, I just finished directing the movie. We're editing it right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Tentatively, right now, it's called Suicide Roadtrip. It's about a mental health expedition.
Well, I can't wait to watch it. So you, I'm really sad that Dunkies is not going on anymore. Melrose Mob.
You know that, like, everything is seasonal. You know what I'm saying? Everything is seasonal. Like, it ran its course. You know what I'm saying? And it happens. You know, like some of the best mics in LA.
That was one of the best mics for sure.
They end. You know what I'm saying? They have to end. You know, like that. Like, you can name some of the best mics that have ended. Name one?
Oh, I liked Courtney Banks' mic with Jill Chrissy that she used to do at the Hollywood Hotel. That was one of my favorite mics when I first started.
It has to end. You know what I'm saying? Some people, like, that's why I was like, our Donkeys ended. You know, with Sal's. I've had Sal's at least 3 different times. So me and Sal go through different phases. You know what I'm saying? It's all fucking seasonal, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might come back right now. I mean, who knows? We might be able to buy the building. You know what I'm saying?
I really love your outlook on things. I'm over here talking about it's sad, and you're like, it's seasonal. How do you have such a positive outlook on life?
Shit. I don't know. I guess I just expect the bullshit. I expect the bullshit, right? And I'm not surprised by it, right? And I lower my expectations for everything and everybody. And I expect them to be human. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Not perfect, human. You know, and that allows me to have interactions with people and not be let down by them. You know,
right?
You're like, they're gonna do something human at some point in our relationship, you know, and life is so like, it's so blendy, you know what I'm saying? Like we're all like doing stuff for each other in different ways. Like we're all helping each other grow within our like interactions with each other. Like that is all. It's all gonna, like, all of the things that happen end up always being positive. Everything that happens always ends up being positive.
Right.
Even your mistakes, even things that you like think was a mistake, will like it can feel that way like in the moment, but if you did what you wanted to do, I guarantee you years later it'll be the smartest thing you did. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because you can't really judge a mistake until years later.
Right.
You can't fully judge it till years later. I'll give you an example, right? When I was 18, I went to jail, right? I went to jail for robbing a bank, right?
Robbing a bank?
Yeah. When I was 18. And I thought that was a mistake. I beat myself up like it was a mistake. And I went through life as if it was a mistake. But what I didn't realize was that was my smartest move through my whole life. Why? Because it didn't allow me to get a job, right? So it made me have to become a boss. It made me have to start my own businesses. Always, I've had a bunch of businesses my whole life because I couldn't be an employee. You know what I'm saying? I always had to be the boss.
Right.
I couldn't be the employee. Nobody's gonna trust me to be the employee, but I can be the boss.
Oh my God. Oh, that's so great.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I moved through my life, and that mistake ended up being the thing that empowered me.
Right.
Through my whole life. You know what I'm saying? It made me free, and it allowed me to I'm gonna be the best at whatever I do, right? Mm-hmm. So if I were an employee, I'd be a great employee.
Right.
But the last thing you want to be is a great employee.
Absolutely, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, for sure.
If you're gonna be great at be a great fucking anything else. You know what I'm saying? But don't be a great employee. You know what I'm saying? So that was the gift of that mistake. You know what I'm saying? So you can't fully always judge what a mistake is until years later. That's my point.
Oh, I feel so much wiser even as I'm sitting here for me. Thank you for sharing that story with me. Seriously. No, there's been a lot of times in my life where I felt like I beat myself up. I've told this story a bunch of times, but I was arrested too. My little ass went in jail. I feel like that gives me some street cred, right? In Oakland. Yeah, I got drunk on a plane and spent the night in an Oakland jail. But
that sounds like a song. That sounds like a song.
But I spent the night in the Oakland jail, and I beat myself. I was with like prostitutes and stuff, and I beat myself over that for a long time too. For about 3 months, I had to move back home with my parents, and but now looking back on it, that was the best thing that could have happened for me, because anytime that I get like discouraged about something, about like, oh, can I make it through this? I'm like, girl, you spent the night in jail before. If you can make it through that, you can make it through anything, you know? So it's like that. Even though it was the worst, I never want to do it again. I'm happy that I had that experience, because I feel like I can relate to people who've been in jail before, because it's like people have this, I feel like, misconception of like jails and institutions and what it's like really like, but until you like really go there and know what's up, it's different. So I'm grateful for the experience, because I think it makes me a better comedian too. Like all the experiences, the wider range of experiences you can have translates on stage.
It does. That's very true. That's why you just got to do what you want to do. Like, just be true to yourself and do exactly what you want to do. And you will always be doing the right thing.
Wise words from Demar Randy. Do what you want to do.
Do what you want to do. You'll always be doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And no matter how it ends up, you know what I'm saying? Even if it feels stupid, if that's what you want to do, do that.
My mom would love you. I can't wait till you meet her. That's what she tells me too anytime I call her. She's like, do what you want to do. Just do what makes you happy. Yeah. Because in the end, it's the right thing to do.
I guess what you have to do is take the word impossible out of your head. Like, take it out of your vocabulary. It's got to be figured out. You know what I'm saying? You're like, it can't be like no and impossible have to be like two things that you just like totally ignore and just go, all right, if you want to do something, you're like, let me figure it out. Not oh, that seems impossible. Because you can figure, you know what I'm saying? I learned a lot of shit on YouTube. A lot of shit. That's Compton College right there. Like, I learned a lot of shit on YouTube. Like, I mean, I learned the basics of comedy on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I learned fashion on YouTube. I learned like movie making on YouTube. You know, anything you want to learn, like somebody's teaching it on YouTube. There's never a reason to not know. If you want to know how to do something, there's no reason to not know. The knowledge is there now. Like now it's just your fault because you don't want to put the work in.
Can you give me a story example of somebody that, or a time that people told you something would be impossible and then you proved them wrong and you made it possible for yourself?
I mean, I think I proved everybody wrong.
Just your life is a testament to it.
Yeah, like I think that like now, like I used to like really, cause I reached that point already, right? So now it's just kind of like I don't care no more, right? Like they just, those people that thought I couldn't be something, they were just limited in their own mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're only limited to their reality. There's no way they could understand who I was gonna become when their reality is so small. You know? So I don't blame them for not understanding who I was gonna become, because it took a while for me to understand that.
Right.
You know? So I don't blame nobody that didn't see what I was gonna become, because it was so many collection of different things that happened along the way of my life to bring me to this point that there's no way they could have saw that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No way. I came from Compton. My dad's a gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? Pimp, all that other shit. My mom was a manager at Carl's Jr. You know what I'm saying? And she had me, she was in high school. There's no way that combination of the two was gonna create me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bleeping genetic. I am a bleep. My dad is still trying to have kids because he thinks he's the magic. I'm just serious. Look, I got 5 brothers and sisters that are in foster care right now. I gotta make money, yo. I gotta make money. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not a game to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I take everything I do seriously, which is funny because I do comedy, you know. But but I take everything else very fucking seriously. You know, I carry a lot of weight of a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So I just be like, that's what keeps me going. You know what I'm saying? I be thinking like, damn, like, am I resting right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I resting right now? Like what am I doing? Like, what am I doing to solve these problems? Like, is what I'm doing right now like the best use of my time? That's something that I think about all the time.
Right.
Is what I'm doing right now the best use of my time?
It's very wise. You're so smart. I could listen to you talk forever. Seriously, I feel like I gained so much knowledge just like listening to you. And you have and I love what you said about, you know, you have a big why. I think a lot of people, you know, they want to do something, but they don't understand like what their why is about. You know, for me, my why is like my mom. You know, I want to make my mom proud. I want to help my mom, help her family, help our family. You know, so it's like I just love what you said. It's really beautiful. You're so awesome. You're so great. Okay, I have something to give you.
All right.
First of all, part of the Melrose Mob. This is not for you, it's for Stink. You're going to give it to
Look, hey, wait. I'm going on the show. They sending Stink presents.
Look, this is what I made him.
Oh, I love it.
Do you remember when I gave this to him, how happy
Yeah, he was. He was smiling. It's beautiful.
And he put it as his profile picture. So I just want Stink to have this.
Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous. You, like, designed the hell out of it.
Stink Mike. It says Melrose Mob Comedy and Lila Hart. And then he could just have this for when he has his mic. So that's that.
Hey.
And then I have this for you too. This is, you can open it. Do you know what it is?
No.
I'll explain the picture when you open it. Here, I'll help
We're
you.
a real show. We got like swag for these guys. This is awesome.
It's a bacon
Gift bag,
stripper.
Oh, what?
A bacon strip. It's a piece of bacon next to a stripper pole.
Yo, that's perfect for my life. On so many levels, you know what I'm saying? I mean, even my dog would like to stare at this picture.
It's bacon strip.
Hey, look at this, Zena. We got something we can both love.
Look, there's red bra and panties.
Oh, look at that. Look at that strip of bacon. That's a strip of bacon.
And this is made by Richard Bacon Arts. It's an Instagram at Richard
Hey,
Bacon
Richard
Arts.
Bacon, this is dope, man.
Bacon Arts. He is a huge fan of comedy.
Yeah.
So he has sent me different types of pictures, and I like to give them to comedians who are doing real shit. So
Hey, man. Hey, is that a picture of a strip of bacon? Hey, come my uncle come in the house. Hey, nigga, what is this on the wall? Is this a... That's a strip of bacon.
Oh, I'm happy you love it.
That's great. Okay. You came with something? Let me see what I got.
Yay!
Since we're on small talk, I thought I would bring you...
Oh my god! This is so cute! I'm gonna put this on my nephew.
Okay, this is the debut of Compton College Baby Line.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna put this on my nephew. This
Yeah.
is so cute.
I thought we'd do it on small talk.
Oh my gosh, this is so perfect! I love it! I'm gonna put this on Valentino, that's my nephew.
Yeah, okay, I would love to. Send me a picture,
Oh
okay?
yeah, he's a little model baby. I'll put it on him. Oh my god. This is so adorable. Compton College baby line. Thank you so much.
Yay.
Oh my god, I'm really happy about that. That's so cute. Oh my god, that's adorable. Small talk. Also available baby shirts too. Great. As far as your comedy career goes, when did you know that stand-up is what you wanted to do? Or how'd you know you were a comedian?
I think it was, I think I knew I was a comedian the first time I bombed. because I beat myself up so bad, right? I was like, man, you fucking up, man. I was whack as shit, man. What the fuck, right? And I'm like, yo, and I was like, yo, you're like, I gotta go back up. Oh fuck, oh man, I'm about to do that all over again. I was like, shit, and I was like, well, I must be a comedian because I want to go do that shit all over again. Yeah.
Right. Because we're crazy, so that's what we want to do. Speaking of your comedy too, I really love when you tell the joke about your dad calling from jail, and you're the only comedian that I've seen hold the microphone like it's a phone. Because everybody will be doing like this or like doing this, but you actually take the microphone and make it a phone.
Oh yeah, that's my. Hey nigga, it's me.
Oh my gosh, that's the best.
You know that I didn't even write that, man. Like I just that happened. You know what I'm saying?
No, seriously. Then that's the best part about your comedy. I feel like a lot of the stories that you tell, I'm like, I know that really happened to him. I know that you went through that situation.
Yeah, that happened. Like I'm great at putting the story together, but it just happened. You know, I'm just my mind is very like visual, and I can like really like take a mental picture or something, and it'll burn in my mind forever. So if I see something, like I'll just like I can recall it very well. So that's what I do with my comedy. I just recall the shit that I like remember that was hella funny, and there was like nobody around, and I'm just like, and then, you know what I mean? Where you're like, I'm like around regular people, and I'm like, oh God, that's gonna kill. And I go fucking do that shit. You know, that's funny. But I don't know. When did you know you were a comedian?
Oh, I have a date. It was February 10th of 2016. I was in the shower, and I just had this moment of realization. I was like, because I always wanted to be an actress. You know, I wanted to be on television. I wanted to be a news broadcaster. And I had this realization, like, Lila, no one's going to hire you because you're so damn little, and there's no parts for you. But if you became a stand-up comedian, they would have to write parts in for you. And stand-up comedy is your way for people to respect you. You know, and my life changed after becoming a comedian. Because
I'm sorry.
now that like when I'm out like before, like I'd be out in the club or like, you know, at a bar and people are like, oh, what do you do? You know, and I was like, oh, whatever. But now people come up to me like, oh, what do you do? I say I'm a stand-up comedian. Now they can't even fuck with me. You know, they don't even make fun of me for being small. They don't even question it anymore. Once I say I'm a stand-up comedian, they're like, oh, she knows. So that's what I knew.
Oh, okay, that's funny. I like that because it is kind of like people just back down. Right. It's almost like you have to say like, hey, I'm armed and dangerous. Okay? This mouth is registered with.
Right? No, seriously.
I will cut your life apart.
And think about this. How many people have you met after you tell them I'm a comedian? Like, oh, I've always really wanted to do that. I feel like every person, even if it's a little bit, has a small desire to want to do stand-up. Because the idea of getting on a microphone and, you know, speaking your truth, I just feel like for a lot of people is appealing, you know, but people realize that it takes a lot of confidence to do it. They say like people they'd rather be dead than speak at the funeral. They'd rather be in the casket than be the one.
Really?
Yeah, the people's number 2 fear is dying. Their number 1 fear is public speaking. You know?
So they'd rather be the one in the casket than the one that's giving the speech at the funeral.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, you know, it's a superpower to be able to do what we do.
Oh, yeah?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe so, too. I believe we have a healing power to touch the people, you know, in a way. I like to be positive, you know what I'm saying? Because the people need that.
Right.
The people need that, you know what I'm saying? Like, my life is amazing, you know what I'm saying? I eat fried chicken salads, I wear Jordans, I drive a Benz, you know what I'm saying? I have a great life, you know? But now it's about the people, you know? And the people need it. The people need the healing power. That's why I say, like for comedians, like the things that you share are, like, the things that help people, that will help people that are going through the things you're going through heal as well. You know what I'm saying? If the things you're over and the things that you got through, when you share how you got through those, that you give people more than just a laugh. You know what I'm saying? And if you understand that, you give people more than just a laugh, then you can really like own that. You know what I'm saying? You give people way more than we give people way more than a laugh. The laugh is just confirmation that they got something. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. Like, the laugh is a confirmation that they got something. You know what I'm saying? So we're definitely giving people something. You know?
You should be a motivational speaker too. They should send you to universities to do stand-up and then to motivationally speak. Yes. Seriously.
Hey, well, I grew up in a house full of girls who were always depressed and shit. You know what I'm saying? I got homies that be like lost like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta get people up, man. Get them going. You know, whatever the fire is.
Light the fire.
Light the fire. I like that. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt.
Light the fire. I like that.
I'm out of weed now.
You need some.
Should we go get some, Arthur?
What's up, player?
Yeah, pop in.
Come on, pop on in.
Arthur's on episode 14. We should have checked that out.